Today, MSI have announced their new MPG 272URX, their first 27-inch 4K OLED monitor, which finally offers a higher pixel density and a 27-inch form factor that we know that many people have been eagerly waiting for. We've been sent a pre-production sample from MSI to show you and unbox today, although for now we can't run our normal extensive testing as the configuration and firmware has not yet been finalised. The new monitor should be released sometime in Q1, we're told. For now, we can certainly show you the new screen a bit and talk all about its specs and features, so you can look forward to its release in the coming months. The MPG 272URX is a 27-inch class monitor, more precisely measured at 26.5-inch, like all the other 27-inch OLED monitors that you can find today. The screen's built around a new Samsung Display QD-OLED panel. We'll bring you more information about Samsung's QD-OLED plans and development later, so make sure you hit subscribe to stay up to date on news on that. The panel includes the standard semi-glossy screen coating like all of MSI's other QD-OLED monitors. There's no change there with these new QD-OLED panels, so it's a nice clean and clear image with no grain, a glossy appearance but still retaining some anti-reflective properties to tackle reflections and glare. There doesn't appear to be any changes to the panel structure, by the way, so you still need to be mindful of your ambient light levels and lighting position to avoid any kind of issues with raised blacks. You can find loads of testing and comparisons of all the available OLED monitor coatings linked below if you're stuck deciding on whether you want a glossy or a matte panel. The key spec, of course, is its 3840 by 2160 4K resolution, the first time that this has been available on a gaming OLED monitor of this size. Until now, this resolution has been reserved for the 32-inch OLED monitors on the market, like for instance MSI's MPG 321URX model that we've previously reviewed. All of the 27-inch gaming monitors, including MSI's previous MPG 271QRX model, have been limited to a standard 2560 by 1440 resolution, or 1440p as it's often called, which is a pixel density of around 111 ppi. That density was improved with the 32-inch 4K panels, produced last year reaching 140 ppi, and it's been taken a step further now with the same 4K resolution being packed into this smaller 27-inch screen size and delivering an impressive 166 ppi. This is the highest pixel density currently available from an OLED monitor panel. The pixel shape and structure of the new 27-inch 4K QD-OLED remains the same as their 27-inch and 32-inch panels from 2024, with a triangular RGB layout with the squarer subpixel shape compared with the diamond shape some of their earlier panels had. It also has a slightly elongated green subpixel like the other 27-inch panels they produced in 2024. The subpixel shape is actually not directly linked to Samsung's QD-OLED generations, which makes this a little bit confusing, as evident by the fact that their updated 240Hz 34-inch ultra-wide panel produced last year in 2024 alongside their 27-inch and 32-inch Gen 3 panels, that was actually officially part of their Gen 2 lineup, actually still including the old pixel shape from Gen 1. Anyway, this updated graphic hopefully explains the different pixel shapes on each size QD-OLED panel produced so far. The important point here is that the panel includes the squarer shaped subpixels that helped improve text clarity quite nicely on its own. But combined with the even higher pixel density on this screen, that helps even further, basically eliminating any remaining fringing or text clarity issues that we could see. It's very hard to capture this in any meaningful way with videos or photos, but examining the screen up close showed very clear text and we saw no issues with it in office applications during our usage. The 4K resolution provides a super sharp and clear image with the higher pixel density, which will make it even more suited to office and productivity applications, as well as providing a higher level of detail for gaming and multimedia. Running at 100% scaling does of course leave you with very small text size, and really these high resolution 27-inch models are designed to be used at either 150% or maybe 125% scaling. Running at 150% scaling would give you the same desktop space as a 1440p monitor, but with a higher pixel density that gives you sharper text and images. The panel resolution doesn't change, but everything is scaled to make proper use of that resolution packed into a smaller screen area. Running at 125% scaling would give you the equivalent desktop space of a hypothetical 3072 by 1728 resolution, so as long as you don't find that text too small, that could give you a nice boost over a 1440p model as well. That means more desktop space for multitasking, office applications, etc. The refresh rate of this new monitor is 240Hz, a step down from the 360Hz you will find on their 1440p 27-inch monitors, but in line with what's available from current 4K 32-inch QD-OLED panels. Powering 4K at 240Hz is a huge system challenge anyway. That combination is a very impressive spec regardless. We already know that this offers excellent motion clarity for gaming. That 4K resolution provides a far more crisp and detailed image for games as well, so if you have a focus on image quality and detail or play any 4K AAA games, then there's great support for that here. It will also provide native support for modern consoles where you might want to play high-resolution 4K games too. That includes allowing for HDR on the Xbox Series X, which requires a 4K resolution to be used. You've also got the flexibility if needed to lower your gaming resolution to 1440p or 1080p and drive higher frame rates instead, although the handling of the scaling will have to be tested later on when the firmware is finalised. The second big spec headline is the inclusion of DisplayPort 2.1 connectivity on this new monitor, specifically listed by MSI as supporting the full UHBR20 80GB per second bandwidth. If you're unfamiliar with DisplayPort 2.1, its spec, what it can offer, the challenges around its adoption, and all the issues that there actually are with the certifications right now, then you should check out our dedicated video on the topic linked below. With proper DisplayPort 2.1 included here and the maximum UHBR20 speeds, you can run the 4K 240Hz display with an uncompressed video signal and without needing to use, therefore, display stream compression or DSC, as this now fits within the available bandwidth of this top UHBR tier. It needed this top UHBR20 tier to make that possible, by the way. The lower tiers would not offer enough bandwidth headroom. That makes it more future-proof for those purposes when more consumer-grade graphics cards are released with this connection, although it's still very limited in the graphics card space at the moment. We recorded this video during December before CES started, so there may well be more news on that front at the event as well. You can find loads more information on uncompressed DisplayPort and reasons for wanting to avoid DSC in our DisplayPort 2.1 video. It's great to see that included here, and we're sure a lot of people will be looking out for that connection now. The other specs are familiar if you've seen any of the previous MSI OLED monitors over the last year or so. It's got the usual 0.03 milliseconds grey to grey response time spec. The screen supports adaptive sync for variable refresh rates. It's got a 10-bit colour depth and a wide colour gamut covering 99% DCI-P3 and 98% Adobe RGB. As well as the DisplayPort 2.1 connection, there's also two HDMI 2.1 ports which support 4K 240Hz from a PC with DSC and also support 4K 120Hz for games consoles. There's also a USB Type-C connection which includes DisplayPort Alt Mode using UHBR20 speeds. That's used for video, and it also supports 98 watts power delivery over that single connection. That's an upgrade slightly compared with their 1440p model and their 32-inch model, which have a 90 watts power delivery. The screen also supports picture-in-picture and picture-by-picture for handling multiple inputs on the screen at once, as well as a KVM switch function to control multiple systems with a single keyboard and mouse setup. The screen is fanless for a silent operation with a custom heatsink and graphene film panel, like their other models, and it's backed by a comprehensive set of OLED Care 2.0 functions, along with a 3-year warranty that includes burn-in cover. It supports user-updatable firmware and their gaming intelligence application too. Like we said at the start, we can't do any of our normal testing at this stage as the configuration and firmware is still being finalised by MSI. This is a pre-production sample that we've been sent for now. The 4K resolution on a 27-inch screen size certainly provides a very impressive picture quality, and it's great to see that MSI have included DisplayPort 2.1 connectivity here as well. We expect the screen to be released during Q1 at some point, but we will feature a full review and news and updates when it's available. We've got loads of reviews of MSI's other OLED monitors linked below too, including their current 27-inch, 32-inch, 34-inch and 49-inch models, so check all of those out if you're looking for a different sized OLED monitor from their range. Thank you for watching, we'll catch you next time.